Welcome back to Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa, where we talk about books, not just as stories but as experiences. And today's episode is extra special because we're here at the Philippine Book Festival. I actually had to travel all the way from Camiling Tarlac to get to Mega Mall just to attend this event. The travel took about 4 hours and honestly, masasabi kong sulit yung pagod at gastos. As a first-timer, hindi ko alam kung saan ako unang titingin. Sa dami ng libro, sa haba ng pila, o sa mga taong pare-parehong may bitbit na kwento at pangarap. There's something powerful about being in a space where everyone shares the same quiet love for reading. Hindi ito basta event lang. It's a celebration of Filipino authors, Filipino stories, at ang mga mambabasang patuloy na naniniwala sa kapangyarihan ng mga kwento. At kung ikaw rin ay naniniwala na may kakaibang magic ang libro, whether you're a casual reader or isang certified Budo victim sa mga book fair, then you're definitely in the right place. Because today, we're not just attending a festival. We're celebrating the fact na ang sarap pala talagang magbasa. But before we explore the booths and see the literary treasures we can find today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa. Hit the bell icon para updated ka sa mga susunod nating book adventures. At dahil dyan, tignan natin kung anong mga kwento ang mayuuwi natin today. So many publishing companies took part in the event, and they're called exhibitors. Some of the exhibitors here include different publishers and organizations that help bring Filipino stories to life. Namely, Ateneo de Manila University Press, University of the Philippines Press, UST Publishing House, Adarna House, Avenida Books, Lampara Publishing House, Rex Bookstore, CNE Adaptive Learning Solutions, and so much more. There are actually 2 stages set up here at the Philippine Book Festival. The first one is the Gubat stage. It's a smaller stage, usually used for intimate conversations like author talks, interviews, and discussions. As you can see here, some young authors are being called up to present their work, which is really inspiring to watch, especially if you're someone who dreams of writing a book someday. The second stage is a fiesta stage, which is where the bigger performances and major programs are being held. This is where the crowd usually gathers for the main events. At dahil nga dyan, hindi rin ako papahuli sa pamimili ng libro. I ended up buying one from Ateneo de Manila University Press, titled My Lola's Love Letters by Ines Bautista Yao. The story is about a granddaughter who discovers a collection of old love letters written by her grandmother when she was still young. Actually, naka-add to cart na to sa Shopee ko before pa. So nung nakita ko siya dito, sabi ko, sige na nga, dito ko na lang bibilhin. Now, if you're planning to buy books here at the festival, may mga steps kang kailangan sundin. Hindi siya basta diretso bayad agad. First, the book has to be scanned at the verification area where you can proceed to payment. Maybe it's part of the event system, or maybe may process involving the National Book Development Board or NBDB. That's just my guess though, don't quote me on that. When it comes to payment, you can use cash or card. But according to many netizens online, cash is still king. So kung papunta ka dito next time, mas maganda kung may dala kayong cash para mas mabilis at mas smooth ang transaction. At dahil dyan, I also took the opportunity to find authors I could interview, as well as regular attendees para marinig din ang kanilang mga kwento. The first author I got to meet was Jo Nax. Is currently the most followed Wattpad author worldwide, with over 10 million followers and is widely known as the Wattpad Empress and the Queen of Romance. I'll be honest, hindi ko talaga siya masyadong kilala before because her work is still quite new to me. But even so, it was still really cool to see her in person. Although hindi ko siya na-interview kasi bawal daw, I still got the chance to take a photo with her, which was already a pretty cool moment. So after that, naghanap na ako ng susunod na author to talk to. And that's when I met Angelica Soriano, the author of Behind That Girl, published by Paper Cat Books. But this time, I actually got the chance to interview her. So let's hear what she has to say.
And hi again. And I'm here with Miss Angelica Soriano from Far Eastern University Press. Is it okay? Question is, ano po yung main reason nyo or motivation nyo sa pagbabasa? Is it to pass time, to learn, or to enlighten yourself po?
So, kapag nagbabasa po ako, mahilig ko po kasi basahin ang fiction. So, ang fiction po kasi, you are entering a new world, a whole other world. So, through entering that new world po, you are learning new stuff. You are gaining new experiences po, even through literature po.
My second question for you is, ang sarap pala magbasa dahil...
Ang sarap pala magbasa dahil doon natin nakikilala ang mga fictional men.
Thank you so much po! Thank you so much!
She was very gracious, and although medyo nag-struggle siya sa pagsagot ng tanong ko, sobrang thankful pa rin ako that she granted an interview with us. Next naman, I got to talk to Sir Aaron from Sports Radio.
Hi again, I am with Sir Aaron of Sports Radio. And thank you po, sir, for granting an interview with us. And my question to you is, why do you think it's important for us to promote Filipino authors, not just here in the Philippines, but all over the world?
First of all, hello Tessa, and of course lahat ng listeners and viewers. Important na may promote natin yung ating mga kababayan na authors, na gumagawa ng mga libro, because it's also showcase the heart and the talent and the skill set ng lahing Pilipino at Pilipina. For example, in our case, bilang mga communicator, so syempre, mas tinitignan din namin yung mga authors galing sa mga kapwa namin, ng mga kababayan natin, dahil nakikita natin excuse me po, yung naging karanasan nila sa frontline, sa pagbabalita ng mga iba't ibang issues on the sporting context, at something na may dadagdag namin sa aming mga knowledge. At yun din po on the side naman sa mga fictional stuff, sa mga ideas na nag-create ng ating mga kababayan that can also give a new perspective sa iba't ibang mga nationalities on the pag-expound of the beauty and the essence of the Filipino culture and arts.
Medyo nakakahiya nga lang itong interview na to because we had to do a double take kasi hindi pala naka-record yung unang take. But after the interview, they were kind enough to give me some souvenirs. They even said I could take any item I wanted. Pwede raw lahat. Pero syempre nahiya naman ako, so kumuha na lang ako ng bookmark at pen. So to Sports Radio, thank you so much for the warm welcome and the souvenirs. At hindi pa nagtatapos dyan ang interview sessions ko. I also got to meet 2 students and Frank, who actually gave the best answer to my finish the sentence question.
I'm here with Brad, and my question for you is, bakit sa tingin mo it's important for us to promote Filipino authors?
Filipino authors is because Filipino authors somehow they are good on writing, especially some of those Filipino. I heard a lot of Filipino stories, like they're really good at writing and reading.
My question for you is, red flag ba para sa'yo kapag nalaman mo na hindi nagbabasa yung kadate mo?
Basically, no, because we have our own hobbies and different personality. If they don't like reading, it's okay for me, but it's an additional points for their aura kung they know how to read, they love to read, and they are a bookworm.
So my question for you is, what's your go-to genre?
Depends on the mood. So depends. Sometimes I read history most of the time, usually, or biography. Mostly biography and history.
Ano yung una mong booth na pinuntahan dito?
Unang booth, I went to Manny Cabrera. One of my favorite illustrators. So I used to collect his books, but then I gave some of it away. I'm starting the collection again.
Thank you so much. And so my podcast title is Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa. Can you complete the sentence for me? Ang sarap pala magbasa dahil
It opens up worlds.
And last but not the least, I also met Erica Balete and Aris, who both came dressed in cosplay characters from the book Erica Balete and the Evil Librarian.
Okay, so hi Erica, and welcome to my podcast. Ang sarap pala magbasa. Thank you for gracing this interview. What book changed your perspective about the world?
For me, it's the Wattpad book, I Love You Since 1892. For me, even though it's a Wattpad book, I love the story since it talks about what happened before or the Spanish era and how difficult love can be to each other. So it gives me another perspective regarding on what is love or how we can talk about love even though it's not happening right in here on us.
Thank you so much. And can you please talk about your book, Erica Balete and the Evil Librarian?
So this book is created by my fellow classmates. The character is just inspired by me. So the story follows Erica Balete. Her power comes from her hair. So she looks ugly, as what they said. But as her story goes by, it shows that her ugly qualities is also her great power or her source of power.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We definitely want to look into that. And my podcast title is Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa. Can you please complete the sentence for me? Ang sarap pala magbasa
Dahil nakakapunta ako sa isip ng ibang karakter at nakikita ko kung ano yung mundo na ginagalawan niya.
Okay, so I'm now here with Aris, and my question for you is, what book really changed your perspective about the world?
Any book? I would like to say some self-help books. You know, it's one of a kind of book na it can really help you to organize your thoughts, organize yourself, and
Do you have any favorite
self-help book. I have a collections of self-help book like for depression, anxiety, and health anxiety, and it's about self-improvement.
Can you please tell us about your book that you have right now? Erica already mentioned it earlier, but can you please tell your own insights about it?
Okay, so I'm portraying the evil librarian. So I'm the enemy of Erica Balete. So I'm always contradicting their wants
Okay.
as being a
Don't
and
tell too much. Para
yeah,
bawal spoilers.
yeah, I know. Yeah, so she's the Balete girl.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm the enemy of Erica Balete here now. So
Thank you so much. We definitely are gonna look into that. And also, my podcast title is Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa. Can you please complete the sentence for me? Ang sarap pala magbasa dahil...
ang dami-dami ko matututunan.
Thank you so much! Thank you so much!
It was really fun seeing how readers express their love for books, not just by reading them but by bringing the characters to life. So although nag-enjoy naman ako as a first-timer sa pagpunta ko sa event na ito, I have to admit meron din akong konting regrets. So regret number 1, sabi ko nga kanina cash is king. Alam ko naman yun, pero hindi pa rin ako nagbaon ng maraming pera. Dahil kulang yung cash ko, iisa lang yung libro na nabili ko. Although cute naman yung tote bag na nakuha ko, it would have been nice sana kung mas marami pa akong nailagay doon at mas marami pa akong nabili. Pero okay lang, better luck next time. Regret number 2, since bago pa lang yung podcast ko and nobody really knows about it yet, naisip ko na it would have been a great idea sana kung nagpagawa ako ng t-shirt with my logo or kahit yung name lang ng podcast ko na Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa. Kasi every time na minimension ko yung name ng podcast ko, medyo nagsastruggle yung mga nakakarinig na tandaan siya. So mas okay sana kung may visual print para mas madali makita at maalala. More visibility, more eyes on the podcast. And last but not the least, regret number 3. Ito yung regret na feeling ko matagal kong dadamdamin, choosing the wrong date to attend. Kasi naman wala masyadong notable authors noong araw na pinili ko, which was March 13. Sayang talaga because the following day, dun pala mag-a-attend si Atom Araulio. Ay, kasi si Ninong nanghinayang din eh. So note to self for next time, choose the right date to attend. So there you have it. Sana nag-enjoy din kayo sa mga shinare ko tungkol sa una kong experience sa Philippine Book Festival. For a first-timer like me, it was truly a memorable experience. Meeting authors, talking to fellow readers, and of course, discovering new books along the way. I definitely can't wait to attend the next one. And hopefully, next time, mas marami na akong cash, mas marami pang librong mabibili, at mas marami pa tayong makikilalang book lovers. Again, this has been Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa. Because sometimes, all it takes is one good book to remind us that ang sarap pala talaga magbasa.